Casey Rogers, and I just want to share my testimony with you today of what God's done in my life. From ages 12 to 14, during my middle school years, I was very heavily depressed and suicidal. I wasn't applying myself in the classroom. I didn't get along with my parents. I had a problem where I would not do my homework and I would lie about it, and I would lie about a bunch of different things in my life because honestly I was just miserable all the time. I would have homework assignments given to me and things I was supposed to do for class, and I just wouldn't do them. Or I would have chores I was supposed to do and I got home and I wouldn't do them. And I remember I would lie to my parents, to their face. I remember finding and hearing my mom crying, actually talking to the Lord, because she just couldn't understand why I lied to them so much. So the way life was at school, I had a really hard time connecting with people and making friends because I didn't really know who I was, and I was hurting, and so I couldn't get along with my classmates, and I made a good target for other hurting kids to pick on and to mess with. There was a girl that I liked, and I went to her and I told her that I liked her, and she said, "Well, I like you too, but I'm gonna ask you not to tell anybody that we're interested in each other because I don't want to get made fun of," because that's what life was like for me. And all of that came together, and I started believing all these lies about myself, that I wasn't wanted, that nobody loved me, even though my parents loved me and cared so much about me. I couldn't see that. They didn't know what was going on inside of me. I hid all of that. They just knew that I would never be honest with them, and that I was closed off to them, and they couldn't figure out why, because I wouldn't tell them. I hid it from them. There were nights I sat in my room and I thought about how it might just be better if I died. And I wanted so bad sometimes that I could just not wake up the next day and have to go back and deal with it all again. At the start of my freshman year, I was at the point where I had just about had all I could handle and was ready to give up. And then I met three upperclassmen, three guys who invited me to go to a service. What I didn't realize is when I would go to this service, I would hear Jesus preached in a way that I had never heard him preach before, about his love and his compassion and how badly he cared about me and loved me, and how he died for me to save me. Not just that, well, Jesus died for everybody, so you're part of the package deal. That's how I viewed God, and when I would hear things like that, that's kind of my mindset towards it, was I never really thought about God caring about Casey specifically, because of everything else going on in my life. I felt like nobody did. I just opened up to him about everything, where I was, the depression, the hurt, and I don't know how to explain it any other way other than when I just got honest with him about where I was and about how badly I was hurting, and I just said, "God, I need you." He answered me, and it was like he came and just put his arms around me. And I know I didn't physically feel him put his arms around me, but I don't know any other way to explain it other than I really felt, and for the first time was so aware that God really did love me, and that he cared about me, and that he genuinely wanted me. For the first time in my life, right after that, I was so excited to be alive. I can remember what it was like to go to bed and not want to wake up that next morning. And I can remember what it was like to wake up and just be happy to be alive. And how excited I was about how different I felt and how different I looked at everything in life. And I started wanting to be at every service I could have an opportunity to be at, because I wanted to know Jesus more, the Jesus that had completely changed my life. everything completely changed. I mean, I went from feeling miserable and lonely and lost to I felt like I was wanted, and I was filled with joy and excitement. He made me feel like I was the most important person in the world to him. I wanted to be dead, and now I want to be alive. I'm excited to be alive. I'm excited to spend time with people, and I mean, I have a relationship with my family I didn't have. I don't lie to them like I used to, and we have a healthy, life-giving relationship. And it's all because of Jesus. I mean, I would be dead if he didn't do what he did. No other way to explain it other than I'm just so thankful.